A lot of people are asking the same question right now, and that is AI going to be replacing animators? You've probably seen some of these AI videos coming out. Some look pretty cool, others not so much. You can tell it's AI, and something feels off when you watch them. So today I want to break this down for you in a very simple way. What's currently available with AI and what you can do, and what's likely to happen in relation to us and the technology in the next 5 years. By us, I mean us as animators. Let's start with what's real today, the stuff you could literally open up and use right now. Faster rendering and AI denoising. If you ever render your animation or stills, you know the pain of noisy images. Luckily, if you're using Blender, Cycles now has an AI denoiser built in, which basically gives you much cleaner frames without needing monster hardware or render farms. And that's the first one. It's not so scary, right? Now let's move on to the next. Mocap without the suit. This one's cool. Services like Rococo Vision let you record yourself with just a phone camera, and then it spits out mocap animation, which then you can drop into Blender. Now, it's not Pixar level perfect, but for prototyping or indie project, it could be really, really handy. I'll have a link for this in the description. I've had a long partnership with Rococo since I think 2020. I've used their Suit 1 and Suit 2. I haven't used the AI mocap yet, but I've seen some of the stuff it can do, and it's pretty impressive. AI compositing. You've also got tools like Wonder Studio, which is now owned by Autodesk, that can literally take your CG character and drop it into a live action shot with lighting and tracking already done. Again, it's not perfect, but it's usable. So that was the now, and now we're going to talk about what could happen in the next 5 years by 2030. Now, to dive deep into this question, you really have to think about first the limitations of the technology that we're talking about, as well as an animation production. There is a lot of stuff that goes into an animation production. It's not just press button, produce. A lot goes into it. You also have to think about human psychology and incentive as well. So the reality of generative models is that they shine in single images or short clips. But keeping a character consistent over, let's say, 20 minutes of content requires pipeline level control. So you would need rigs, base data, asset libraries, and so on, which the current AI engines don't really provide reliably. Animation is a sequence of pretty images. Yes, AI can sort of do that, but really it's a choreography of intention across time. So the AI would have to make that intention not just the pretty images moving across time. The intention of that movement is what's important. Great character animation is acting, timing, weight, subtle anticipation, micro expressions, honest mistakes, and many more animation principles that need to be applied. Now, current AI can reproduce some surface level movement, let's say, which is very impressive to some no talent tech bro, but it can't intend acting choices the way an animator or a director would be able to do. Studios rely on consistent rigs, lighting, render setups, and version control. So the key point being they want full control over the entire process. Now, AI outputs, on the other hand, are a one-off asset that don't really fit into that production pipeline. Sometimes your entire lip sync animation feels off because one single frame on a single pose needs to be adjusted just a little bit, and that'll make the animation feel good versus bad. Same with body mechanics. Sometimes your animation feels off and only a couple of frames need to be adjusted by a couple of pixels to fix it, which you can do by just moving your rig slightly in the 3D file. Good luck doing that with an AI model. Historically, new tech, let's say mocap, GPUs, non-linear editors, they change workflows, but they increase demand for specialists. Even when cameras first came out, people thought that's it, artists are done for. No one's ever gonna want a painting again. You can just take a picture and you'll have it, and it's so much less effort. Well, now I want you to imagine you have two pictures. One is a image taken by a camera and printed of a landscape, and the other one is a painting of the same landscape. Now, which one of these two do you value more? Which one of these two would you want to own and have in your house? A printed picture or a hand-painted canvas? Artistry and human touch matters, despite what tech bros tell you, which is why AI will become another set of tools to help with all the boring stuff that nobody really wants to do, and most likely testing and pre-visualization and things like that, which frees up time to focus on the important and more fun parts, which is storytelling and performance. Now let's get into the financial side of things. Yes, AI can cheaply produce filler content, but the higher end work like the brand cinematics, the game cutscenes, or any high-end TV series or movie requires artistry. Building original characters or IPs creates repeatable revenue for companies. This could be in the form of merch, licensing, or sequels. Now, AI generated characters absolutely destroy brand identity, and they're a legal nightmare for you to try and claim ownership over them. So companies that care about IP value will invest in human creatives to preserve and grow that value. Also, here's a psychological point of view that you can think about when it comes to finances and value. When you watch an ad that was made by AI, what's the first thing you think of when you think of that company that posted that AI generated ad for the product? Seeing an AI made ad makes that company seem cheap and the product they're selling seem like a scam or seem scammy. You're not so sure if the product is a good quality if they're not even willing to make an ad for it. This is how most people feel, and I don't think that stigma is going anywhere. And this will very clearly translate to sales. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what our world revolves around: money and sales. Would a business risk their entire brand, their entire identity to save a couple of $1,000s on using AI ads instead of use actual human creatives making the ads? I don't think so. Not the big ones, that's for sure. I think maybe your average mom and pop, or maybe much smaller businesses that probably weren't gonna hire an artist anyways, maybe those would use AI, but the bigger businesses that do the hiring of artists, probably not. I'm a business owner, and so I know if at 2Animate we start making AI ads to promote our animation course or our movie quality Blender character rigs, we would probably get canceled and ruin our brand identity forever. That's a human-made ad, so you better go check out 2animate.ca if you want to take your animation skills to the next level. Check out our courses, check out our assets, and let's get back to the video. Emotional reality. Authentic human choices in performance and storytelling create some sort of attachment. Now, the viewers may not be able to name it, but they can definitely feel that attachment. And it's that attachment that makes, you know, an animation you saw a decade ago still memorable. I don't think an AI video could do that. So here are my final thoughts and my final predictions. AI will automate repetitive or low-skill tasks like cleanup, in between rough passes, generating references, fast previs, and texturing lighting suggestions. And studios will use non-generative AI for other non-artistic tasks. This all frees animators to spend more time on story, performance, and supervision. Some new roles might rise, like AI pipeline engineers, or AI viz dev, or AI-assisted lighting artists. Overall, talented artists with technical skills or with strong creative direction will be a lot more valuable. Faster iteration equals more experiments equals more opportunities. When low-risk experiments are cheap, studios can test more ideas, which I think is where we're going to see most of the generative AI, is the testing phase. The more experimenting could lead to more greenlit projects, which would mean more meaningful work for the actual artists. So the world is changing, yes. Is it for the worst? I genuinely don't think so. It's scary, but I think humans come out on top. What do you think? Are you excited about AI in animation, or are you scared? You can let me know down below in the comments. But if your light hasn't dimmed and you're still interested in improving your animation skills, improving your knowledge of animation software, you can check out this super comprehensive video on the most important animation tool in any 3D software, the graph editor. Watch this video, it's super comprehensive and it's for free. All you gotta do is click this button right here.